featuring stories from the leaders in venture capital. This is Venture Capital Radio with Shannon Pearson on AM 650.
Thank you for joining us on Venture Capital Radio on AM 650. My name is Shannon, and I have a very interesting conversation coming up for you, and it's actually very exciting because this next company, Polymer Research Technologies, is a name that you're going to want to remember. This company is making changes in the world like no other. So make sure you pay attention. I have the founder and CEO, Kambiz, joining me in the studio. So thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
And what this company does is it takes something that is toxic,
Absolutely.
recycles it, and makes it not toxic and actually very useful.
That's right, yes.
So, I mean, I can't speak to it nearly at the level that you do. So before we get into the more of the topic about polyurethane and what you've created here with this company, what is your background?
Well, I was educated in England. I got a master's degree in chemical engineering, and then I moved to US and started a chemical company in Orange, California to produce polyurethanes.
Okay.
I also got a MBA while I was there and got involved with huge companies like NASA, Molten Coal, and McDonnell Douglas, and started working with them in polyurethanes. We did almost the whole range of products, from insulation to bedding for armrest, the whole 9 yards with polyurethanes. While I was with polyurethane companies, I noticed that there was a lot of problems with their production. They had waste, they had tons of reject products that they couldn't get rid of, and that made me think about what we can do with these waste products.
And that was sort of the beginning of
This
what you've created.
Yes, this was when I started thinking about building a company around recycling. Now, this was back in 1990s, and recycling wasn't really that hot then, but people were looking into finding ways of reusing resources. So I started working on a variety of different products and established the company and started working on recycling processes, if you like.
Well, I think this is really exciting because there's a lot of press that has covered polyurethane and how destructive it can be in our landfills and so on. So what has brought you to this place where you can actually take something that's so destructive and find a way to make it useful again?
Sure. Well, basically, polyurethane is a $80 billion industry. It's huge, and it's growing ever rapidly. Almost everything that you see is polyurethanes, from your shoe soles to insulation to bedding to even the insulation in the Shuttle Columbia. Everything that you see is polyurethanes. It's huge. What I did was when I went back home in 2004 or 5, I established a research company and started developing a process around recycling. And once I did that, I moved to Canada in 2007 to commercialize this product. That was I developed the technology, I made it work, I commercialized it, and I even produced parts for Peugeot France and other automotive industries within Middle East. But I couldn't commercialize it there, and I wanted to come to Canada, obviously. A great opportunity here. They value green technologies, recycling greatly here. There is, of course, a lot of government funding as well as private support, financially as well as technologically, if you like. So I moved here and started polymer research in 2007-8.
So I want to just let everybody know to get more information about this company. I think the best place to go is their website, which is polyresearchtech.com. That's POLY research tech, TECH.com. And you can contact Kambiz directly through the website, but also learn about them, the technology, the applications, the size of market that's available.
It's huge,
It's
market.
Not to be underestimated, but also not to be underestimated is something else that you touched on, the fact that it is BC.
Absolutely.
This is a local company, and I personally want to thank you for bringing it here.
Thank you.
So BC based, you're changing the landscape here, and as you said, locally we do support recycling quite a bit,
Yes.
that green technology. And, you know, that being said, you also made mention of investors.
Yes.
So government supports, local investor support quite a bit as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
And I want to let everybody know that this is one of the last stages that you are making an opportunity available for Polymer Research Technologies to accept private investors.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. What we've done is through government funding such as IRAP and NRC, we have been funded to prove our concept again. And we have done that, and we've got customers and potential buyers very, very interested. We've got a whole bunch of companies such as Magna, Johnson Control, Ford, all these mega billion-dollar companies
Big.
are interested in our product. And the reason is we are diverting their waste, polyurethane waste, that is going to landfills into a reusable, safe, economically viable product that they can use and substitute their virgin product that is obtained from fossil fuels, which is oil dependency, of course. What we have done is we have managed to basically process a variety of different waste from different streams like mattresses, like insulation, and all those produce different grades that are extremely usable in the industry. Now there are millions of pounds of waste, like something like 140,000 garbage trucks get landfilled every year in North America alone.
Repeat that
is
stat
huge.
again. How many?
140,000.
140,000 garbage trucks.
garbage trucks. Can you imagine that? It's huge. And all this waste goes into landfills and destroys our ecosystem. It is devastating. And if you were to burn it, it creates toxic fumes. Of course, it's being burnt to a lower degree at Burnaby, but it has to be controlled.
Well, but what comes to mind for me is for every tree that's planted, without something like this in place, what's the point?
Absolutely.
You know, so it's really revolutionary. I know I keep saying that, but
basically, we are the only company that is commercializing this to this scale in Northern America. We are looking into global partnership. There are many huge companies approaching us for either licensing or joint venture, even from Japan and China. Of course, polyurethane is used everywhere, especially in automotives and insulation. So there is a great opportunity for investors for PRT. The advantage of our process versus any other process in terms of physically grinding and gluing them together is that our process has been validated by the industry, by Canadian Standard Association, that has no toxic chemicals, if you like, whereas other processes might have. So we are basically on top of our technology. We are the leader in this industry, and we have got a whole bunch of industry approvals that proves that our technology is viable. IRAP, which is the government funding, as I mentioned, is extremely interested. Environment Canada is interested. Static Canada is interested. All these government organizations are supporting our company. It is I personally think that PRT is going to be one of the major companies in the next few years within Canada, because we will be having plants all across North America, and it would be something that Canada will be very proud of.
Well, absolutely. And I have to congratulate you because
Thank you so
won.
much.
And
Well,
what about the award, though? We haven't even touched on that.
Exactly. What happened was once we got our product approved through IRAP, we were asked to enter this New Venture BC, which is the most prestigious award within BC. We did that, and there were something like 400 companies, and it lasted about 6 to 8 months. And we managed to go through every level and finally won this award, which was extremely valuable to us. It exposed us to numerous companies, investors, as well as the $130,000 cash prize, which helped us launch our pilot plant in Burnaby, which would be in operation in probably July of this year. And once that is done, then sky is the limit. We are going to go after every waste transfer stations that are in North America and convert their waste into a valuable chemical. Now remember, we are taking waste, which is basically useless, and we are converting it into a chemical, liquid chemical that can be reused. No one has done that. No one has done that. And this is something that it will, I think, revolutionize the industry totally.
Well, and let alone the reach. I mean, that's the other thing that we've touched on a couple times, but the fact that there is discussion for global partnerships.
Yes.
So partnering up with companies that have international reach and application for this technology.
Absolutely.
That is something that you don't hear very often.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
I mean, again, I can't really stress this enough. For more information, please go to the website polyresearchtech.com. That's Poly researchtech.com. You're listening to Venture Capital Radio, and I'm talking to the founder and CEO of Polymer Research Technologies, Kambiz Taheri. And, bringing to us here in BC, I mean, it sounds like you had your option to go to a couple different places, but you wanted to be here, thank goodness, because you brought this revolutionary technology.
Thank you.
To take something that was extremely toxic and harmful to our communities, our environment, and create something that can be useful.
That's right, yes.
And the polyurethane market, on your website, you make mention of the size of market that the polyurethane,
$80 billion.
$80 billion. And where that can actually, in the production of polyurethane in this $80 billion marketplace, the production of it applies to the automotive industry.
Mattress industry, furniture industry, insulation and construction industry, flooring, clothing, medical, you name it.
Is there anything it doesn't contribute to?
We can't eat it.
Okay.
So that is the only thing.
It's not a consumable.
Absolutely no.
But I think it speaks to the fact that you'd be hard pressed to find a person on the earth that hasn't been touched by polyurethane.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you very much for bringing this to my attention because, again, you are a private company.
Yes.
Polymer Research Technologies.
Yes.
Private company, but a lot is happening behind the scenes.
That's right.
And moving forward, it wouldn't surprise me with some of these big players coming up that the opportunity to get involved in the company is going to get probably reduced, shall we say.
Yes.
So again, there is the ability to get involved with the company as an investor, but it is privately held.
That's right.
And before some of these global giants with their massive reach and requirements come on board, it's definitely something to consider.
Yes. I think for any investor, whether angel or VC, at this stage of our company, it would be a great opportunity to invest in a company with a solid technology and innovative solution to one of industry's most dangerous and major pain, I think.
Well, and you've been endorsed greatly through
many companies.
Many companies. So for more information, I think the best way for people to contact you is through the website.
Through the website, yes.
So polyresearchtech.com once again. And if you go under the contact tab, you will find the email and phone number for Kambiz Taheri, the CEO and founder, and really the brains behind this. Part of the team.
Very
well,
important.
You know what? There has to be a team.
Absolutely.
We talk about that on the show all the time.
We have the best team available. I have I've been fortunate to actually have the best team that I could have picked, considering where I was and what I wanted to do.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for coming on to Venture Capital Radio, and we will be
keeping
our eye on Polymer Research Technologies.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Take care.